Good evening, everyone. I'm Dikshita, final year student from CSE AIML. Thank you for joining us today. I would now like to invite our cloud facilitator, Nitish, to address the gathering and to share what exactly Google Cloud Program is. Nitish, over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Nitish. I'm from fourth year, pursuing my degree in computer science and information technology, and I'll be your cloud facilitator for this year. And in this year, we are going to learn the cloud along with the cloud platform. We are going to learn Gen AI, which is given by the Cloud GDSC Google Development Club. So, in this year, we are going to complete all these course in a span of 1 month. We have a interactive lab in to teach you from the zero, from the basic level to advanced level. So I request everyone to attend all the classes and do the work within the deadlines. And you are going to enjoy this session because this cloud computing is a very interesting and very vast topic, and this will help you in getting the bright certificate. Like you'll get the good knowledge from these classes, and you'll get finally you'll get a certificate from a GDSC to showcase your skills. So it's very interesting, and we want to make it success. So please join the classes and complete the courses. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Shuk, the community lead, to take over. Shuk.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining in today. So let us start with the basic of what is Google Cloud. Let us know what is cloud actually. So what happens is you create for projects, right? So those all when you create, for example, any machine learning algorithm or any website or website, those run locally, right? So to make it accessible to from the internet to the web, okay, to everyone around the world, what you need is server. So you have to host that thing on the server. So this is where Google. There are many other clouds also available. You might know Microsoft Azure, AWS. So one such platform is a Google Cloud. So what makes Google Cloud stand apart from others? So Google Cloud is a suite of services which is provided by Google. Thing is that Google themselves its own platform. So all of their infrastructure that is popular and these are products with Google Search, Gmail, Google Drive, YouTube, everything is hosted on this Google Cloud itself. So you know that it's very reliable and it's offers a wide array of services and solutions to design, which is designed to meet every use. And it is easy when we get started, and which is what we are gonna teach you in this 1 month program. So this overview of the Google Cloud platform. You can see that it doesn't only comprise of one. It is a set of combination of multiple things. So it's compute, storage, data, and machine learning. Compute means raw, you know, when you run. So that is where the compute is being used. So it has app, container engine, and good engine. So mm, these are all the like okay. So do with the Google Cloud, those are data analytics, artificial learning, application development and deployment, and security compliance. So everything, it's a one-stop shop. You can find everything there. And you can see that Google Cloud consists of 150 plus products. It can, in compute, there are like 20 products. In storage, there are 4 to 5. So any hosting need you might have, any server needs or anything, Google Cloud has got you covered. So Google Cloud is used by Google, but there are many startups and many well-established companies which you might have seen. So Twitter, King, Studio, and Sky. So those are all whole cloud. Mm, So you might ask why whole cloud. So these are all the simple reasons which make it stand apart. So Google Cloud is very easy to learn. it has two modes, which is you can access it from the console itself. It's a developer console or from the UI. So the dashboard, the management UI, everything covered. So whatever difficult tasks which you can do in those you can do easily from the UI itself. So versatility. So just we saw right now that there are over 100 different products that Google Cloud provides. So it has all variety and everything, whatever you might need. And there is flexibility. It doesn't lock you in, so there is no vendor lock in. You can also, your in case of any issues, you can also fix your data and specialized services, all-purpose storage. So Google has a storage where it's very simple. You can just store all the files or whatever. For example, if your app needs user data, for example, user ups to your website videos or anything, Google has all the storage available and you can use it. One more thing is scalability. So right now, if you start your product, you might have only 10 customers, for example. Then as you develop the product, the number of customers increases from 10 to 100 to 1,000. It might also reach 10,000. There, Google Cloud allows you infinitely and very Google certifications, which you can be an official Google Cloud developer. Next, I give on to Dikshita to explain about generative.
Okay. I know many of you have registered new for this year Google Cloud campaign. What exactly is generative AI? Why does generative AI has come into this cloud campaign program? I know everyone might have many questions to ask. Just to make it clear, this year Google Cloud campaign we have two separate pathways. One is cloud pathway and other one is generative AI. This is the new addition. I know this year we have many new branches, AIML, CSDS, and although we haven't loaded first years, this is the opportunity for you guys to know what exactly generative AI is, what all we have this year in generative AI pathway, and why it is important, what all the benefits, and what is the scope for you if you learn this generative AI and cloud campaign program. Okay, moving on to what is generative AI. Generative AI, short for uh, generative AI, short for generative artificial intelligence. It is a branch of AI that focuses on teaching computers to generate context like text, images, or even music in a way that simulates human creativity. It learns patterns from existing data and produce original and often human-like inputs. Uh, I'm speaking too much of technical content. To give you guys practical example, everyone might use ChatGPT to copy assignments or to find any. It is a conversational AI. ChatGPT is a large language model, generative pre-trained transformer, which is a neural network model, and we use ChatGPT in our regular daily life. It is the practical application of generative AI. Not only ChatGPT, we have many other tools as well. Generative AI applications include in various domains: art and design, financial forecasting, customer behavior analysis, demand forecasting, and all the above mentioned domains, and many more. To speak more on this, let's say DAL-E. It's a generative AI model developed by OpenAI. It is a sibling model of GPT-3 and is designed to generate images from the prompt text descriptions. DALL-E takes a text prompt and create images that matches the description that you have given in the prompt. Let's say you have typed giraffe made of chocolate. Based upon the written input, it will give you the image. And Magenta is another open source research project which was developed by Google that focuses more on machine learning and AI in the domain of creativity and art. It includes various tools and models and helps to generate music and images and other forms of artistic content. Next slide show.
Yeah.
Uh, This is the slide which we have taken from LinkedIn analysis. This is the market growth slide. Generative AI market is expected to be worth around USD dollars 151.9 billion by 2032 from USD dollar 10.6 billion from 2022, growing at a compound annual growth at a rate of 31.4% during the forecast period 2023 to 2032. As we can see, not only in one domain, if you can see the graph clearly in retail, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, and whatnot, we can see the exponential increase of generative AI in sales market. And next slide. These are few tools of generative AI we can see, and as you can see, ChatGPT is the one which we regularly use, and Jasper is another tool that uses AI to create and manage the content for teams. And DAL-E is a image generation, Magenta art and music generation, and many more. Uh, I use tools like ChatGPT, Tome.ai, Presentation.ai to create presentations, and many more. You can also explore these generative AI tools, and there are many more in real world. You can try exploring them. uh, Moving on to application part, as we have seen art and design, generative AI has been used to create arts and designs to generate music, images, and even fashion designs. There are text to image generation models and image to text models, and even voice generators, audio generators, and whatnot. Multimedia concept has been 3D multimedia AI and generative AI, conversational AI. All these are going to be worthwhile exploring and learning. This is the chance for each and every one of you, because Google Cloud Campaign program is only available for 1 month, from October 3rd to October 30th. After that, we'll not have access credentials and everything. Right now, this is for free. So, if you are interested to learn anything about generative AI, or it is worthwhile exploring, I'm saying, we will learn along with you. And there's a cloud facilitator, Nitish. He will guide us and help us to learn this pathway. And not only that, uh, you can learn more on large language models, responsible AI, and what is generative AI exactly. How do we build a large language model like GPT, and many more. Uh, to be to make it clear, introduction to Gen AI course doesn't need any prerequisite. It is just a micro learning course aimed at explaining what generative AI is, how it is used, and how it is different from traditional ML algorithms. And it covers all the Google tools to help you develop your own generative AI applications. This course has many labs, quizzes, and hands-on experience, and each task might take around 45 minutes to complete. uh, Next slide. Okay, what is this Google Cloud Study Jam about? Like I said, we can get to learn about the fundamentals of Google Cloud, and we can. I've mentioning this again. This platform and credentials will be available only from October 3rd to 30th. Use this time carefully and try to complete all the labs and quizzes. Complete your pathway, then only you'll get the final certificate as well as the badges in your profile. Not only this, uh, once you complete this course, you can share these badges in your social media accounts and try to explore more on applying this to real world projects. Develop it in maybe in minor projects or major projects. You can upskill your community with booming technologies like cloud computing and generative AI. Uh, you can get to learn a lot of things, like an industry, and be industry ready. Next slide, sure. This is the Google Cloud Skill Boost page. Uh, Once we filter out 150 applicants from, we have got around 250 registrations just within from last night. So we need to filter out 150 applications. We have a limit, and once we filter them, we will give you the access credentials and login details and everything. We'll have one more session wherein we'll tell you all the details, how to navigate and how to start the Google Cloud Computing Foundations and this generative AI, everything. Uh, don't get panic. Like, we'll tell you everything. We have instructor Nitish to guide you, and this is the page where you can see 8 activities, and In this page, you'll have labs and instructions, many quizzes. You need to follow all the instructions given in the page and then proceed further. Next slide, sir. Okay, this is the page where you can see generative AI fundamentals. In this, as you can see in the figure, below there's a Google Cloud Generative AI fundamentals. This is a skill badge. What exactly is the skill badge? You can earn a skill badge by completing the Introduction to Generative AI and Generative AI Fundamentals course completely, not just whenever you complete a lab, you'll get a skill badge. Like let's say introduction to generative AI or large language model, whatever the labs are there in that, once you pass the final assessment and quiz, you'll get a badge which will be directed directly to your profile. uh, we'll tell you all the instructions that to make your profile public, then everyone can see your skill badges, and our cloud facilitator can even track your progress further. So do not once you are signing up for this, make sure that you are committed till the end. And Next slide. Like I said, generative AI arcade game. This is the new introduction to the Google Cloud campaign this year. In this, we do not have the clear picture of what arcade game is and what all do we have in it. But to be clear, we have 9 labs and 4 other tasks followed by a quiz in this program, wherein we can extract, analyze, and translate text from images with the cloud ML API and detect labels, faces, and landmarks in images with Cloud Vision APIs. To put it simply, Skill Boost account, we had access to various APIs, and those APIs are free to use. Then we can use it for hands-on session and get to build a basic application. And with this, you can not only get the hands-on experience, you can earn the this Google Cloud Arcade Level 3 badge once you complete this entire lab. Not only this, like I said, ChatGPT is a large language models. We even have an introduction to large language model course this year, uh, wherein you can use these learnings and apply it to build a real world project. And we even have introduction to responsible AI, that is an introductory level micro learning course aimed at explaining what responsible AI is, why it is important, and how Google implements responsible AI in their products, and also on Google 7's AI principles. Finally, we'll have a complete quiz titled Generative AI Fundamentals to earn skill badge. Stressing this point again, this program is from October 3rd to October 30th. We need your utmost dedication, and you should not stop it in the middle or discontinue, because if you do that, there will not give the certificate, and also it shows that your skill badges are not completely in your profile. What I meant to say is, once you're signing up for this, make sure you complete all the labs and quizzes that was given in your account, and you can earn the badge only when you complete all the labs. Uh, in conclusion, generative AI is a rapidly evolving field with many exciting developments, applications, and future directions. While there are limitations in each and every field, its potential benefits cannot be ignored. And researchers and industry experts are exploring the way to address the limitations and unlock the potential for generative AI. The future of generative AI looks promising, and it will be exciting to see how the technology evolves and impact our lives in the years to come. Thank you for uh, taking your time to listen to me. And now I would like to invite our former cloud facilitator, Akash Kota, to share his experiences and a few insights about this program. Thank you. Akash, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dikshita, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. I can see here there are around 79 participants. Hope you all are as much as excited as I am for kickstarting or starting your journey in cloud. Shub, can you give me
Yeah,
the
yes, yes.
access to share the screen? Yeah.
You can share the screen with me.
Okay. Hope my screen is clear.
If it's visible now.
So yeah. Giving off the introduction about me, I am Akash Kota, presently in the final year CSC, and I am certified in Azure as well as AWS, and I am a certified Scrum Master, and I have worked as a Google Cloud facilitator for the year 22 and 23. So, according to you, what exactly is Google Cloud? Can I see some answers in the share? I mean, in the chat. Guys, come on. Let's keep this as a bit interactive so that it's easier for you guys to learn and it's easier for me to share my information as well. Okay. The another question, do you know what all cloud computing platforms are there in the real world right now? I'll be touching all these topics later in my presentation. So, uh, TerraVox, okay, it is a platform where backend workflow of software works. Here, I'll explain 1 minute. What exactly cloud computing is? It is nothing but providing or delivering of computing services, like how faster the data is being provided to the users. Apart from that, it also includes servers, storage, databases, networking, and intelligence over the internet. So the cloud computing is nothing but it's a collection of all the requirements which are needed for an application to run over the internet. So coming to there are different types of cloud, and I'll be talking about three types of cloud, which is private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So usually when there isn't involvement of cloud, there the whole data center or the services which are being provided by the application is being stored on the on premise. Whereas with the fast moving technology where everything is being stored over the internet, we call it cloud. So in this cloud, there are three different types of cloud, which is private, public, and hybrid. Private cloud is nothing but it is limited to a single entity or a single company. For example, if you take Deloitte, which is a huge industry, or we can say huge company, and the whole cloud is only accessed or associated only to that particular company. Whereas public cloud, everyone who uses internet can access the public cloud. Whereas people who are learning cloud technologies or who are working in the industry, they all can use public cloud. Whereas coming to the hybrid cloud, it is nothing but a combination of both private as well as public clouds, where few of the information where it is very confidential and it cannot be stored in a public cloud, those companies store such amount of data in a private cloud and the remaining data in the public cloud. So as we are storing some data in private and public, collectively we call it as hybrid cloud. And moving on, who is a cloud service provider? So, for example, you must be hearing about Oracle Cloud, AWS Cloud, Azure Cloud, Google Cloud Platform, and Google Cloud Platform is the platform which we'll be working on. And the other one is the IBM Cloud. So, who is a cloud service provider? Cloud service provider is a company which provides these services or which provides a platform to perform various services which can be accessed and to create a cloud architecture. Here, I have included a picture about Cloud CDN, Compute Engine, which you will be learning about each and every entity which I have used here, which is Cloud CDN or Compute Engine, in depth while you are working in your pathway, which is the Google Cloud pathway, which is going to happen from October 3rd, if I'm not wrong. Is that right? So,
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
October 3rd.
yeah. So, according to the survey which Google has performed, these are the top cloud providers for the year 2022, which is Oracle, AWS, Azure, and GCP, and IBM Cloud. So, I have another question to you guys. What are the services which the Google Cloud platform is providing? Like, you have been using different features, you might be not knowing that this is a particular cloud services which the Google is providing. As we all use Gmail, I'm pretty sure you guys can answer it. Yeah, Google Drive, that's one. And any more answers? Classroom, right? Google Colab, right? And see, the other services which the Google provides is Google Drive, Gmail, Google Docs, Dropbox, and many other services which we are using, and we aren't sure that this is a cloud platform which is being provided by Google. So here, in cloud, it's not everything being provided by the cloud service provider to the end user. There are different service models which the different cloud computing platforms provide. For example, if we take Azure or AWS, the service models which they are providing is the same, which is IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Their full forms being infrastructure as a service, IaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, and software as a service. Whereas if we take the if we see the diagram here on in the triangle, the IaaS stands at the bottom, where the user or the end user who is using has to define each and everything, be it your operating systems or everything, databases, or which kind of data has to be stored, or what kind of data has to be stored. Everything has to be defined by the administrator or the architect who is building the cloud model. So it is mainly being used by the network architects and IT administrators. Whereas if we take if we move on the triangle, which is platform as a service, few services are predefined by the cloud service providers, and it only provides as a platform to the software developers or the developers, where they can deploy their own code and they can perform actions. So few resources have already been predefined by the cloud service provider. And on the top of the triangle, it is SaaS, which is software as a service. For example, Gmail is a software as a service where we aren't working on anything. It is all pre-built and we are the end users who are using it. So similarly, if we take the same service models, here is the in-depth analysis of what all are being defined by each particular service model. Here on the on-premise, we are defining everything, whereas in the infrastructure as a service, few are already predefined. Whereas platform as a service, it's only providing with the applications and data. Whereas the software as a service, it is the responsibility of the cloud service provider.
Hello, Akash. Are you? Yeah. Screen isn't visible. Are you sharing it?
Yeah, I was okay. Is my screen
Yes.
visible now?
Yes. Yes. It is.
Yeah, this was a triangle which I have been talking about, where I have talked about infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Moving on, this is the responsibility model. All those which are dark is the responsibility of the cloud service provider to predefine those, whereas the responsibility of the customer is grayed out. In the if we see at the software as a service, everything is the responsibility of the cloud service provider to provide with all the predefined resources, and the responsibility of the customer is to use that application. For example, Gmail or Google Colab is a software as a service where we are accessing the application and we are using it. So that comes under software as a service. Whereas platform as a service comes where, for example, we are all in the, I'm assuming we are all computer science students, and we need a platform where we have to deploy our code to run a particular application. In that place, the platform as a service plays a crucial role. Whereas for the architects who has to define each and everything from the scratch or from the basic, those use infrastructure as a service as their service model. So coming back to what are the benefits of cloud computing? Why is everyone talking about cloud computing, and what's attracting all the people to move to the cloud computing? As before 2020 or 2015, where the cloud wasn't introduced as much as it was now, there used to be all legacy systems, and all the data storage is being stored in the on premise, which is inside their own office, or they leasing out a particular place and storing a large amount of data. So what happens is, it's an extra cost or extra burden to the company to store that huge amount of data or managing that huge amount of data centers. When coming to the cloud computing, the data centers is being provided by the cloud service providers, and security is being provided by them. Coming to OPEX versus CAPEX, I'll be moving forward few couple of slides and coming back. So here, if we take the example of you making a pizza, what happened? What are the requirements for making a pizza? You need all the ingredients which are needed for making a pizza. You need to cut your own vegetables. You need to you need to buy your own toppings, and you need to add your own toppings. So it's an extra burden for each and every company to store everything within them. So when we move to the Google Cloud or any other Google Cloud platforms, there are few resources which are being provided by them. For example, they are providing with the data centers, and it is providing you some a cushion which allows the company to uh, concentrate more on the development of their own company instead of maintaining or protecting their own data. Whereas the cloud computing platforms are very easier to use, and it is highly secure, and it is very reliable. For example, for each and every cloud computing platform, there are multiple data centers. What do you mean by multiple data centers? For example, if we take the Google Cloud Computing Platform, they have data centers for every 400 miles, and the data is being stored in the multiple data centers. For example, if there is a data center in Visakhapatnam and there is a data center in Hyderabad, as the Visakhapatnam is nearer to the coastal area, there might be a tsunami happening, and there might be loss of the data centers, or it being flooded, or it going down, the server going down. So in that situation, what happens is, as the data is being stored in the multiple data centers, it is providing with a highly reliability, where if a person wants to access a particular information, he can access it from the data centers which is located in Hyderabad, instead of depending himself on the data center which is in Visakhapatnam. So in these ways, the cloud computing provides with many more benefits instead of maintaining an on-premise. That's the reason many companies are moving to the cloud. So here, as I have already mentioned, what is capital expenditure and operational expenditure? here mainly in cloud computing, you are paying for what you are using. For example, you are not underusing your resources. For example, capital expenditure, you need to keep money upfront, and you need to spend money on physical infrastructure. Whereas, for example, uh, your company needs 1 GB of data. That's an imaginary number. If we take 1 GB of data is required by a company. If you take 5 GB of data, you are spending money for 5 GB and you are using only for 1 GB. So here you are spending more amount of money. Whereas in operational expenditure, it always works on pay for what you use. That's the statement which all the cloud computing platforms use, which is you only pay for what you are using. In capital expenditure, you need to buy your own servers, storage costs, and it all has to be money has to be spent upfront. Whereas in the operational expenditure, you wouldn't be spending much upfront, and it is built based on what you use for 3 months or 6 months based on the subscription you are using. So the evolution of cloud computing while moving into the Google Cloud pathway, you'll be understanding more about this. So I wouldn't be touching much about it. And if a particular individual or a person is interested in gaining certification from Google or Azure or AWS, there are many certifications which each and every cloud computing platform is providing. Here, if you see, the first basic certification is the Cloud Digital Leader, followed by Associate Certificate and Professional Certifications. So these are the different certifications each and every cloud computing platform uses. If you are sticking by with me since the beginning, I have mentioned that I am 1x Azure and 1x AWS, which means that I am certified and I have written an exam and passed a particular exam to gain that certificate, which is these are the different certificates which the different cloud computing platforms provide. Next, what are the different job opportunities for a cloud? If you are interested in cloud, these are the different opportunities you have. Apart from the base, the HD, which is the software development, these are the different opportunities in the field of cloud computing. So you can either be a cloud engineer, cloud architect, or cloud consultant on how what kind of resources has to be used. That's the work of the cloud consultant. And DevOps cloud engineer. DevOps stands for development and operations. And cloud infrastructure engineer, cloud security engineer. As nothing is secure in the internet, even the cloud has to be secured, or whatever the application which you are uploading on the cloud has to be secured, where there are different security rules which has to be followed. That is the work of the cloud service security engineer and the data engineer. So these are the different job opportunities for a person who is interested in cloud. So so under my leadership, which I was the cloud facilitator for the previous academic year. So under my leadership, there were around 105 registrations, and more than 30 students or 35 students were able to do the particular course and get knowledge on what is being taught, or how a cloud computing platform works. So in the beginning stages, the problems which we have faced during my leadership was, the main problem which we faced was there were many students who aren't able to access their quick labs or the labs. While working on labs, a particular server which has to be worked on might be down or might not be working. It was immediately solved by the Google team. If the website was under service, they used to send a mail that at this particular period of time, the server will be down. So the Google team was really helpful to us, and for each and every problem which we came up with, they were ready to solve it, and we got response from them in less than 12 hours. So they were working around the clock. And what can you expect from the club or this particular pathway is you will be able to know what is Kubernetes or how a particular application can be stored in the cloud or migrate to the cloud. If you are having a huge amount of large data set, which might be of 10 lakh records, uh, you can use the tools which are being provided by the Google platform. You can perform various actions and you can get enough output in a faster amount of time. So the cloud platforms, or while moving to the cloud, it is highly secure, highly reliable, and it gives a faster response. So it is quicker compared to the on-premise server. So with this, I'll be finishing my presentation. There is so much to learn about cloud. There are many forums, or you can learn, get your hands dirty. You can. It's fun. Trust me, it's fun. So as a person who have worked with different cloud computing platforms, I can promise you that you're gonna have fun with the Google Cloud or any other platform which you're gonna work on. So do you guys have any questions? I'll finish off with the last 10 minutes Q&A. Is that
Akash,
okay? Yeah, if we go up with
I have to do.
oh, okay,
We'll have the
yeah.
Q&A at the end.
Okay, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, thank you, Akash, for giving a very insightful talk about cloud and what are the scopes present in the cloud field. So coming back to the our cloud camp, so there are two pathways which whoever registers they have to finish it to get the final badge and the certificate. Those are Relative AI and Google Cloud, which we have been talking. So the campaign runs from October 3rd to 30th. Here in the campaign, uh, so in each course and each path, we'll bring a hands-on. In the tutorial, we'll also have to there's links to the actual Google Cloud dashboard, and there you have to complete tasks. So that will be the score will be updated in your profile there. So that is a very good way to learn actually as Akash was trying it out. So the main here is all of this getting it for free from CDSC itself. If it's outside CDSC, uh, they take a hefty fee. Okay. Providing 1 month of credentials for free, and you can try out the Google Cloud Console. You can with it, deploy stuff, work with virtual machines there, manage the systems and all on the cloud. You can have that experience. And they also introduce AI fundamentals since AI is booming right now. So that's how you will get an opportunity to do. So in the period of 30 years, we having study jam sessions and activities. These all will be conducted by the team, committee, and with the help of facilitator. So in the studies and doubt sessions, whatever doubts you face in the while doing this cloud skill boost platform, so those will be solved. So there'll be online and offline sessions too for learning. This is the and fill the form right now. It's a great opportunity, and you're getting everything completely free. So there are only limited spots available. Exactly 150 spots are available. Be sure to fill the form as quickly as possible. And there is also a high demand for the program, and so it fastly improves your chance of getting selected. I'll also share the link in the box. Do fill the form out. And yeah. So okay, I'll keep the slide open for a while.
Just to add one more point, any branch student can apply to this, be it from mechanical,
Yes, there is
civil,
no restriction.
or ECU.
Restrictions that branches cannot participate, or some can. Just to 4 years, anyone can avail this opportunity. So do apply fast. Moving on, mm, join for any further communications, announcements, or whatever there is, on this QR code or gdsc.community.dev and look up CVH and press the join as well. So you will be added to the mailing list and you will be considered the active member of the club. You will receive all the future communications regarding any events. Yep. It's now time for Q&A. Any questions, anyone? Point questions, asked or anyone directly, or it can be general questions about some particular things. So
Should, one second.
write those
I have got a
down.
question. Can anybody from different college can apply? This is the question from first year student. Sorry, but no, because we have restrictions on applications. We are taking only 150 applications this year, so I think we are full from our college itself. We don't have any different college. Also, just to add one more point, we had complete support from placement cell and other faculties too. Faculties are getting trained in Google Cloud program. So along with Nitish and our GDSC team, we have faculty to support and guide us in these learnings.
Write out some questions. Ready to answer any questions. Post the questions in the Q&A box.
Sure. Can
Yeah.
you, yeah, can you show the, yeah, this is the link. Okay. Yeah.
One more thing to note here is you are trying to learn out by yourself. Okay, apart from these trainings and all, so you will quickly understand barriers. Like you know, it's all paid out there. You don't provide that much that easily. So okay, even creating an account on AWS or Google Cloud or something like that, and creating some resources requires credit card details and all the payment information. But here we are providing you this opportunity to give you all the access for free for the duration. Get out being a better developer, equip the knowledge of how to deploy all your projects to the cloud. Yes, there's a question. Will that be uploaded? Yes, the slides and the video will be on the platform. So once you apply, and after an initial phase, we'll all get back to you, and we'll share the further details how to access the platform. We'll instruct you on how to, uh, do the exercises, how what's the format of that, and everything. Any questions? There's a question. By the end, do we get a certificate? Yes, you will get a certificate from GDS CV completing the campaign successfully, completing all the modules and all the chapters of both generative AI and cloud computing. So have a that you have finished it on your Google profile, which is also valuable. That's my session two. Yes, once we short the initial the total number of contents. So yes, some sessions we will also conduct. Do share the QR code link with all your friends and tell them about this. Once you fill the form, we'll
We
get
have
back to
got,
you in once you fill the form,
sure. We have got
we'll get back to you in 1 or 2 days. Yeah, one second. We'll get back to you in 1 or 2 days and tell you about the status of your selection. Then you'll be informed about that. So keep emails which you have provided for the communications what happened.
We have got another question. I'm interested only in generative AI part. Can I register only for that? The thing is, this Google Cloud campaign consists of two pathways itself. It is not that you can take one and complete it. It is mandatory that you, if you are signing up for this, then you have to
Okay.
complete both pathways. That too from October 3rd to 30th at any cost.
There are questions such as how can you guys be and join the for that reach out to us on seriously scan this QR code. The first and foremost thing is press the join us button which is present here. Scan code, move to the community website. It's the same website where you RSVP for this event. So on this website, you will about all our future upcoming past events. You can also find the recordings and slides of past events. To do join. Once the session starts in the term of October 3 to 30th, having and if there is a huge demand, we can have twice a week too. So the timings, everything else will be it's later. So there is a question based on what criteria the list need. So that criteria is undisclosed. So it usually works first come first serve basis. So whoever is latest 150 people to join, getting a chance, and also we'll be reviewing your uh, answers to the how enthusiastic you are. Any more questions? So scan this link, go to our link, and you can find the link of we are available on all social platforms. You can join us there. If you have any doubts on Instagram or all any of the platforms listed.
We have got another question saying that this form is not applicable for first years. We know, but due to the limitations on applications this year, we cannot include you guys. But you have 3 more years ahead, so get an idea what exactly Google Cloud Program is and generative AI is. Then you can apply these learnings to last year. I mean next year. Uh, don't get disappointed. We'll have many more such programs and workshops, many other hackathons and events too. Keep participating. And we thank Akash for joining us in such a short notice and sharing his insights and experiences from last year.
Thank you, Dikshita, for mentioning it. That's okay. I'm always ready to help. I mean, if you guys have any doubts or anything, I'll be ready to help you guys out. So, yeah.
Should we wind up the session?
And there is one more. It's scheduled to avoid crossing with our corrective and mandatory courses. We'll take that in keep that in mind to not conflict with any other classes or any academic works you might have. Shall Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us today, for being here from start to the end and listening to us patiently. I hope all of your doubts have. You can also DM us on Instagram or on other social media if you have any doubts. So there is one last question we'll be taking. By the end of the course, how well will we be versed in QS? So yes, the platform, the foundation course, it also makes use of Kubernetes. That's too practically. Okay, we required to type those commands out and deploy all the clusters and all. We'll be learning it very well by the end of the course. Thank you, everyone. We are ending the session. Thank you for joining today.